Oh, good morning to you on this Identity Daily. I'm going to drop this little link because I think it's special that we get you guys involved in the shift starter. I should just have this thing copied. Daily.com. Good morning to you. Hey, so today I want to talk about, what happened yesterday, which was kind of a cool day. Good morning, everybody. The Uncommon, I missed you. Uncommon Woman is in here. I am Ruthina. How are you doing? Good morning. Here's the thing. Yesterday, my son turned 16 years old. It was crazy. He was a baby. The guy used to be a baby, but here's what's cool about the way that we grow as humans is there's always these things we're doing to grow into the next stage. And man, I think there's something to be said about having this, the person that you raise become a good human. And I'm proud of myself and my son for that. Con Kelly, good morning. We got Sabala in the building, Boss Healthy Lifestyle, Mariah Bintlif, I think it is. Con Kelly, yeah, 16, the guy got a car. If you look at my story, he got a car. His mom talked me into getting him a really nice car. Hey, Uncommon Woman. Stephanie Barrow official. Good morning to you as well. One proud mom. I know it's pretty damn cool. It's crazy. Thank you. Happy birthday to him. And here's the crazy thing I started thinking about, how do we get to the moments of life that are difficult to get to the moments of life that were all worth it? Right. That's the thing. Because when I know about my story, my wife and I were high school sweethearts. We were the cutest couple in the yearbook. I was the homecoming king. Like, yeah, sweet American story. And then, man, we went through like high school together, went to college together, goes fast. Daughter turned 17, went out, got a job. That's crazy, Jonathan. It's weird, right? So my wife and I, we were high school sweethearts, went to college, and we had this kid in college. We had him at 20 years old. I know where I was standing when I got the call that he was, that she was pregnant. I know where I was at in the room when I got the call of it's time to get this baby out of her. And it was crazy because the entire time it's like you're going through these different situations where things could be really hard for you. Full-time student, full-time athlete. My wife was a full-time student. We were doing college with a baby. Like I would be up till 5, 6 in the morning bumping this kid to sleep on this little physio ball and then get up and go to school and then go to practice and get prepared for games and all this kind of stuff. And then you go through the things where it's like, man, maybe it'd be easier just to not be in this relationship. Maybe it's not, not a fit, whatever it may be. Those thoughts, they creep in every once in a while, but we stay true, man. We stay together. Go through college. I go to the NFL. NFL is crazy because I'm distant and she's taking care of the baby and there's a back and forth. And then, man, you guys don't know this, but I came back to the NFL and my life fell apart. Not everything was amazing. And I broke a business. I broke a marriage. I broke Aunt's personal like self-love and self-worth. And I got to a dark place. Wasn't a great dad. Had 2 more kids. And, things fell apart. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you guys and why I want you to fight in the moments that matter, which could be the day for you. There's going to be a point in time when everything seems like it just doesn't fit. My wife and I, man, we got divorced, fell apart. Everything broke. And then 3 years later, God brought us back together in a really unique way. It's a story that I may share with you guys a different day. Maybe I can share with you now. Who knows? I don't know if you even care, but it's kind of crazy. So 3 years after divorce, custody battles, craziness, we got back together. And it wasn't for the kids. It wasn't because we want to have the kids have a good dad and all that kind of stuff. And I grew up in foster care, so having family meant a lot to me, right? But it just wasn't working. But we found a way to make us work, not by forcing it. It all just kind of, and moved smooth. We're in an incredible marriage now. I love my wife more than words. I would go through our crazy 10 times over to be where we're at right now. And it was cool to be able to see him yesterday in a loving family, in a home with his own mom and dad in the house, and get a really cool car as a gift that son of a bee deserves. But man, it's not something you usually give as a gift and get. Like the dudes, it deserves it, but it's crazy to see what we've come from and what we built to. And I say all this about myself to tell you this. There are going to be some moments in your life, and they may be coming down the pipeline. They may have hit you hard already. And you're going to wonder, why in the hell do I push through all this stuff? You might be questioning, why do you get up every day and push through all these hard things to get to whatever's on the back end when there's no guarantee of whatever's on the back end? And what you do is you do with faith. You do it with a knowing that here, 1 or 2 things can happen. 1, if you don't push hard, it doesn't come to be. That's 1. If you don't push hard, you don't do the work, it will not come to be. It's not an accident. It doesn't happen that way. Thank you, Boss Healthy Lifestyle and Geneva Fenty. Con Kelly does definitely take work and love to make a marriage work. It is crazy. But it's beautiful at the end. So 1 is you can choose to not do the work, and I guarantee what you want will not come your way. Or you choose to do the work with no guarantee, but there's a higher chance of success. And in my experience, a vastly higher chance of success because so many people choose 1, not enough people choose 2. Because 2 is the hard one. 2 is the one where you're putting time and putting energy and putting this faith into something and no guarantee it comes out in the back end. But guess what? There's a certain amount of life success that I think life has prepared for you, waiting for you at the table for you to step up and go grab it right now. The problem is you're messing it up. I've messed it up. You're messing up life's amazing plan for all the craziness that's supposed to come to you. It's beautiful craziness, like the job, the relationship, the happiness, the joy, and it shows up in places that look like work. Shows up like work. It shows up difficult and scary, but that's the opportunity. And when it's disguised as work, sometimes we don't want to assume this and take it on because my life's already too busy, God. My life's already too busy, world. I don't have time for all this stuff right now. So I'm just going to focus on this right here. The opportunity just passes you by like a car in the night. And you're like, man, how come I don't have what so-and-so has? Because you saw the work and you didn't dive into the work. Or in the moment when it arrived, you got tired or you made an excuse and you jumped back from it. And what I'm telling you is life's plan is here. And all you got to do is lean into the plan, man. Like lean into the plan with a lot of that hard work. And you'll have a beautiful back end. I honestly, years ago, could not have fathomed the moment I'm in right now. The moment that feels so amazing. I got a happy, healthy, joyous family, marriage, business, people that I get to interact with like this. This is not something that came in any way easy, but it's something that is definitely possible for everybody, yourself included, to have the success and joy you want. And so as I start thinking about this today, one, I want to plant the seed of you're not going to clearly know what the hard work you put in will turn into. There's no way to clearly know. Here's what I do know, though. If you don't work, you don't get it. And also a beautiful nugget most people don't get. When you do the work, it's usually better than what you think. I have found that everything that's been great in my life that I worked towards, when I got to it, it felt so much better than I ever could have comprehended. I thought what it would be, like, it's going to be cool. It's going to have this. Like, I thought it'd be great to be able to give my son a vehicle yesterday because he got his first car. I was like, that's going to feel good. The feeling of it, 10 times more than what I thought it was going to be. Like to know all the things that wrapped around that, the family that was there, the friends, the people that have been supporting this kid, like his joy, like, man, there's so much more inside. So it's like worth all the work of working to make my marriage back together, working to get myself out of a hole, working to build a business, working to be healthy, working to be a good dad. All this stuff was worth it. And it showed up in that moment. It was worth it to be a present father starting 16 years ago as a college athlete. It was worth it. And I'm telling you, it's worth it for you. You just got to have a little bit of faith in yourself that you'll stay the course and you'll get to that moment where you arrive at the success that is greater than what success you could have even pictured in your head at any given time. I know I'm talking fast and I'm a little bit excited because I realize what's possible for your life right now. And I want you to go after that part for your life. And if you want a little bit of bump like this every day, what I would recommend you do with the very first comment, I didn't even pin it, I'm going to have to go to the top. One thing I tell people is join the podcast. It's a podcast called the Shift Starter Daily. I do every single day. And it's a chance for me to dump into your life great moments and great thoughts like these. Today, we're talking about wanting more. Should you go after more and what it looks like to go after more? So the concept is today, you just go to shiftstarterdaily.com, join that group. It's a group, but the podcast drops in the group every morning. When I get off here, I'm dropping it in the group. But man, that's my thought for you today. I saw some messages. I like to make sure that when I go live, I talk to you guys. I don't want to have me just being a talking head that's just here. Gaming channel subscribe. He says, I'm not subscribing to that. Definitely takes work and love. Yes. We got Rhonda's Creative Corners in here. Good morning. Laviani Monique. Hello. I just had my third baby girl and all the work was so worth it. Yes, Con Kelly. I get it. Hey, babies are beautiful, man. I've been feeling about that so much, but there's always this knowing. I'm fighting for a reason. That reason will reveal itself eventually. Yes, Geneva Fenty, I promised. Sometimes we get going on things that the heart's telling us is right. And we'll chase this thing, the heart's saying right, but the brain can't lock it in just yet. The heart has a weird way of just kind of knowing, right? There's things that you know, and sometimes we don't listen to it. But when you do listen to it, the heart leads you in the right directions typically. And if it doesn't, well, hey, you messed up, and then you learn, it gets added to the filter, and next time the heart's smarter. But I'm going to tell you, if you chase the heart and you go after what it feels is right, sometimes, very highly likely, it leads in a place that your brain goes, oh, now I see why we went down this path. Like my heart, you got to realize I was divorced from a woman who had cheated on me. And there's a lot of things that go into the concept of how we got back together and why. And it's a different conversation for different times. So believe me, a lot of people told me logically, don't do it, Ed. How could you do that? What in the world are you thinking? My heart said, this is a different woman right now. This is not the same woman that did that back then. And I trusted the heart and I led down this path and I worked for something. And my brain goes, oh, that's why you did it. Because she's an incredible woman who's imperfect, who has admitted her faults, who has grown from this, who wants to have an amazing family and marriage. And damn it, that's what we got. the brain had to catch up to what the heart already knew. And in your life, it's going to be the same thing. Business-wise, at one point, my heart said, and close this gym business, go into traveling and speaking and sharing this message that you have in your heart from your life experience. Go do that. The brain said, wait, Ant, you've got this business you've been building as a gym business. You're making great money. You're traveling and speaking. You're in books. You're, making $250,000 consulting. Why would you ever leave this and go chase something else that's not proven? And my heart said, go do it. My brain said, don't do that. And my brain didn't have the run. My heart chased it. And my brain caught up and said, oh, because there's a lot more inside of your heart that's meant for the world to grasp, besides those that are tucked away in your small gym in this little town in Brentwood. So my brain didn't get it, but my heart knew, and my head had to catch up. So I tell you this in the same way, your brain's going to tell you some things that just don't sound right. Maybe you have that imposter syndrome. Maybe you have this self-defeat that's going on. But I promise you, if you let the heart lead things, let the heart take off and go, the brain will catch up. The brain will find ways to get to the point of like, oh, now I realize why we're doing it. And it sounds really different and kind of odd, but I'm telling you, that's how some of the greatest people do things. They chase the heart, they make it right. They get the brain to catch up because the heart leads. When the heart leads, man, it becomes amazing. So that's my thought for that message right there. I promise you got to let the heart lead, let the brain chase. We all facts living all the way from Toronto, Chedwick. I like it. Creighton from Toronto, man. I got to get up there. I hear it's a beautiful place. Great morning, M. Kultara. Good morning. I'm glad you didn't get it. Oz Shift, Run Proud Mommy says, I haven't missed the podcast. Awesome. I'm hosting the next one today. It's in there. I love the podcast. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Farmer Me. We're got a whole lot coming. I love all the ones coming. I hope you're talking about this at GSD Boot Camp. I don't even know what I'm going to talk about, Cynthia. I'm going to Nashville this Friday, guys. I usually I get all hyped up on the plane over. I have a few like common things I talk about. But when I get there, I feel the group out. And I can go down any path and teach and share and talk. And I want it to be a very deep, heartfelt conversation that you guys will walk away with tactical next steps of what to do in your life. Very welcome. I'm so glad that you enjoy it too. Geneva Fenty. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, just so you guys know. Robbie Allen, how you doing this morning? Appreciate you. Just so you guys know, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're here about 7:30 a.m. unless I'm traveling, which I will be traveling on Friday, but I will find a way to get on with you guys live. I can't miss them, but we're going to get rocking and rolling. The maturity and ability to fight past your ego is powerful. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It was the ego, I call it, is EGO, everyone's greatest obstacle. The moment you can navigate the negative part of your ego and find the positive part and let that thing ride, man, I'm telling you, your life will become vastly different because you'll give yourself the ability to tear down the ego, to accept insight and info from people that love you, and then do the work to grow into a great, amazing place. And then your ego will protect that amazing identity you start crafting and creating. So make sure you focus on that big thing. Didn't mean to love them all. All good, man. It's all good. I push buttons like that and set them off every once in a while too. Fly Eagles from Philly. Oh man, I'm glad you discovered me too, Jonathan. Appreciate you. Good morning. It's Michelle. Great message start the day. Beautiful. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. All right. I am going to take off. I just want to drop my heart on you this morning and have you have this thought process of there's going to be things you got to work on now that you can't quite see the end result of just yet. You're going to have a point in time where your brain has to catch up to the heart. And it's going to be something where the hard work you do is going to be so much better than what you think it's going to be as the outcome. Whatever you drop in your head is like, this is how good it's going to be. I'm promising you it's 10 times better. The plan life has for you is amazing. So lean into it. Don't be afraid of the hard work, because once you get past that level, it opens up a world for you that is far greater than you can comprehend right now. And if you want messages like this and a little bit different in a group and a cool community of people growing and starting Shift every day, join the Shift Starter community. Go to shiftstarterdaily.com. RSD Will, look up the GSD Bootcamp. Ken Joslin. But yeah, go to shiftstarterdaily.com. Join the group. It's a Facebook group. It's where I drop out my podcast every single morning. It's 8 minutes. No more than 8 minutes. I'm recording a few more here today for next week because I get my thoughts in my head and I get them all ready to roll, and then I put them out into the world for you guys. But yeah, pop in there, hit that link, join us, and it's a cool conversation around the podcast drop every day. That's meant to give you a bump of the soul, bump of your mindset, bump of spirit to get you kind of rolling, and a cool community to kind of fan those flames. It's creating something special. Make sure you listen to episode 1 to understand what a shift starter is. It's someone that starts shift every day. Get started every day like I'm starting to shift inside so I can start shift outside of my day every single day to create something special for the world. So you can, what I say is, make shift happen, like that says. Make shift happen. All right. I love you. God bless you. I'll see you on Friday.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.